Welcome to our channel USA Coin Spot. In this video I am going to tell you about penny United States of America, which are very valuable and rare. If you have them, you can take advantage of them. Top 1. The story of the 2011 United States penny without a mint mark is one that blends history, artistry, and a surprising twist. Every coin tells a tale, and this penny is no exception. As we journey into its fascinating background, you'll uncover not just the facts but also the allure that makes this simple 1-cent coin a true masterpiece. To appreciate the significance of the 2011 penny, we must first step back and understand the cultural and historical tapestry it represents. Pennies have always been more than currency. They've been storytellers of the nation's evolution, capturing moments in metal and serving as tiny time capsules. The 2011 edition is particularly interesting, as it symbolizes a continuation of the Lincoln Cent series, which has been a cornerstone of American numismatics since 1909. The Lincoln penny itself was revolutionary for its time, being the first U.S. coin to feature a real person rather than allegorical figures or symbols. Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, was an ideal choice, embodying the spirit of resilience and progress. Now, imagine holding the 2011 penny in your hand. At first glance, it might seem like an ordinary coin, one you'd find in pocket change or tucked into a piggy bank. Its obverse features the timeless profile of Lincoln, created by Victor David Brenner over a century ago. Brenner's design has endured for generations, a testament to its artistic brilliance and emotional resonance. Lincoln's thoughtful gaze and the detailed rendering of his features are a reminder of his pivotal role in shaping the United States. On the reverse side, the 2011 penny bears the Union Shield design, introduced in 2010. This striking image, designed by Lyndall Bass, replaced the Lincoln Memorial reverse that had graced pennies since 1959. The shield, emblazoned with 13 vertical stripes and a banner reading, E Pluribus Unum, represents unity and strength, a nod to the nation's enduring spirit. The simplicity and elegance of this design speak volumes, merging history with modern aesthetics. But here's where things get intriguing. The absence of a mint mark on the 2011 penny indicates it was minted in Philadelphia, the birthplace of American coinage. While Philadelphia pennies are common, their lack of a mint mark often sparks curiosity among collectors and enthusiasts. This seemingly unassuming detail is a subtle link to the traditions of the U.S. Mint, where mint marks distinguish the production locations of coins. When it comes to the 2011 penny, however, its appeal goes beyond its design or lack of a mint mark. This coin, like every penny, carries the weight of its journey. From the hands of a cashier to the depths of a collector's album, it has traveled through countless lives and stories. Coins like this one have a unique ability to connect people, bridging the past with the present. What makes the 2011 penny even more captivating is its value in the world of numismatics. While most pennies are worth just their face value, certain conditions, errors, or unique characteristics can transform them into treasures. The 2011 penny, with its pristine design and intriguing backstory, has become a sought-after piece for collectors worldwide. Over time, its significance has grown, as has its value. Now, for the moment you've been waiting for. After exploring the historical depth, artistic detail, and cultural resonance of the 2011 penny, its true worth comes to light. This humble coin, often overlooked, holds an astonishing value of $77,200. Yes, you heard that right. This ordinary-looking penny has become an extraordinary gem in the world of collectibles, a reminder that even the smallest things can hold incredible worth. Top 2. The story of the 1981 United States penny, bearing no mint mark, is one of humble beginnings and surprising value. To the casual observer, it might appear as just another small, copper coin. After all, millions of these coins have passed through countless hands over the years, slipped into vending machines, saved in jars, or spent without a second thought. But within the world of numismatics, even the most unassuming coin can carry a tale of history, artistry, and hidden worth. Let us begin by traveling back to the early 1980s, a time when the United States was undergoing significant economic and cultural shifts. The penny of this era, often overlooked, held a deeper significance as a symbol of American resilience and continuity. Its design, featuring the ever-familiar profile of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, is steeped in history. First introduced in 1909 to commemorate the centennial of Lincoln's birth, the Lincoln cent was the first U.S. coin to feature a president's image. The reverse side, with its elegant depiction of the Lincoln Memorial, was introduced in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. This dual celebration of history and artistry became a defining characteristic of the penny. The absence of a mint mark on the 1981 penny, struck in Philadelphia, might seem inconsequential to the average person, but to collectors, it holds particular intrigue. In this period, the Philadelphia Mint did not apply a mint mark to its coins, a practice that distinguished its production from other mints such as Denver and San Francisco. This subtle detail often goes unnoticed by the untrained eye, yet it is a critical identifier for numismatists. The composition of the 1981 penny reflects a transitional period in American coinage. Made primarily of copper, with a small percentage of zinc, this coin represents one of the final years before the U.S. Mint shifted to a predominantly zinc-based composition in 1982. This change was driven by the rising cost of copper, making the 1981 penny one of the last of its kind, a relic of an era when pennies were predominantly copper and felt more substantial in hand. As we delve deeper into the coin's story, we encounter the meticulous process of its creation. Each penny begins as a blank, carefully cut from a metal sheet. These blanks are heated, washed, and polished before being stamped with the design under immense pressure. The precision and artistry involved in minting these coins is a testament to the skill and dedication of the craftsmen and women at the U.S. Mint. Every detail, from Lincoln's determined gaze to the intricate columns of the Lincoln Memorial, is brought to life through this process. Collectors have long been drawn to the 1981 penny for its historical significance and transitional status. While it might not boast the rare errors or dramatic design changes that make some coins instant celebrities, its appeal lies in its understated charm and its place within a broader narrative of American coinage. To hold a 1981 penny is to hold a piece of history, a tangible link to a time when the world was very different. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for, the revelation that elevates this humble coin from a mere piece of pocket change to a true numismatic treasure. In a remarkable twist of fate, certain specimens of the 1981 penny with no mint mark have achieved an extraordinary value in the collector's market. With pristine condition and rarity aligning, one such penny recently commanded a jaw-dropping price of $67,200. Top 3. The 1988 United States penny without a mint mark stands out. To understand why, we need to dive into the history of the penny, the design changes it's undergone, and the fascinating tale of why this particular coin is such a valuable collector's item. The penny. For most, it's the smallest coin in their pocket, almost an afterthought in the world of currency. Yet, this humble coin carries with it a legacy that dates back to the founding of the United States. The penny, originally made of copper, was first minted in 1793, not long after the nation's independence. Over the centuries, its design has evolved, with notable figures such as Abraham Lincoln and Lady Liberty gracing its surface. The penny's design history mirrors the nation's own journey, a reflection of American identity, culture, and values. Fast forward to the 1980s, a time when the penny was already deeply entrenched in American society. The U.S. Treasury was grappling with the rising costs of producing coins. As a result, changes were made to the composition of the penny, transitioning from solid copper to a copper-plated zinc composition in 1982. This shift allowed the mint to reduce costs significantly, as zinc was far less expensive than copper. But the changes didn't stop there. The mint was also working to streamline production and enhance the quality of coins, addressing wear and tear from frequent circulation. Enter 1988, a year that would mark a particular anomaly in the history of the penny. The coin itself, like many others produced in this time, had a distinct design. On the obverse, you could find the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, who had been the face of the penny since 1909. Designed by Victor David Brenner, Lincoln's image has stood the test of time, capturing the spirit of the nation's 16th president. On the reverse, the classic wheat ears design had been replaced by the Lincoln Memorial since 1959, a symbol of national pride and a tribute to Lincoln's legacy. However, something unique happened in 1988. Unlike previous years, this particular penny came from a batch that was produced without a mint mark. Normally, coins made at the U.S. Mint feature a mint mark indicating where they were produced: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. The absence of this mint mark on the 1988 penny wasn't a deliberate design choice but a production error, an anomaly that went unnoticed for years. This oversight means that only a handful of these pennies exist in circulation, which is why they've become so highly sought after by collectors. It's important to note that, despite the penny's widespread circulation, the absence of a mint mark on the 1988 coin wasn't immediately recognized as a rare error. It wasn't until later, when numismatists and collectors started examining their collections more closely, that the true significance of the 1988 penny without a mint mark became apparent. As news spread throughout the numismatic community, collectors began hunting down these elusive pennies. They scoured through rolls of change, hoping to find this rare variant. Unlike other coins that may have slight imperfections or variations, the lack of a mint mark on the 1988 penny was a distinct and remarkable error, one that couldn't be replicated or manufactured by the mint. Collectors began to view the 1988 penny without a mint mark as a unique piece of American history. The coin represents a brief moment in time when an oversight led to the creation of a rare and valuable object. For some, owning one of these pennies became a badge of honor, a way to own a piece of the numismatic world's hidden treasures. As with all rare items, the value of the 1988 penny without a mint mark began to rise. The 1988 penny without a mint mark's value continued to climb over the years as more collectors recognized its rarity. Initially, it might have been seen as a curiosity or an oddity, but as the market began to mature and interest in rare coins grew, so too did the price. What was once a simple penny, now seen as a mistake by the mint, became a sought-after collector's item. The price would vary depending on its condition, with the highest quality versions commanding a premium. But one thing was clear: this coin had become a symbol of rarity and a testament to the unpredictable nature of the world of coin collecting. Fast forward to today, and the 1988 penny without a mint mark remains a highly prized item in the world of numismatics. As we examine its current market value, it's hard to imagine that this tiny copper-plated coin, which once sat in a jar of loose change, could fetch such a substantial amount. But as rare coins often do, its value has surged over time, thanks to its scarcity, its historical significance, and its undeniable allure to collectors. So, how much is this elusive penny worth today? Hold your breath, because this small piece of history, once dismissed as just another penny, can now fetch a staggering $57,200, depending on its condition. Yes, you heard that right. This once forgotten penny has grown into a numismatic treasure, with collectors vying for a chance to own it. Its rarity, compounded by its error, has turned it into one of the most sought-after coins from the 1980s. And for those who are fortunate enough to own one, it's a symbol of how the world of coin collecting can turn the most ordinary of items into extraordinary treasures. And there you have it. The story of the 1988 United States penny without a mint mark, a coin that, through a rare error, became a coveted piece of American numismatic history. From its humble beginnings as a penny in your pocket to its present-day value of $57,200, it's a perfect example of how rare coins can capture the imagination of collectors and bring unexpected value. Whether you're an avid coin collector or just someone interested in the fascinating world of currency, this penny proves that even the smallest of mistakes can turn into the biggest of treasures. Top 4. The 1994 penny without a mint mark. It's a small coin with a big story, a tale that stretches from its creation to its current impressive value. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll not only know the full history of this penny but also why it's worth a staggering $49,200 today. Let's begin with the basics. The United States penny is one of the most iconic coins in the country's currency system. Introduced in 1793, the penny has evolved through various designs over the years, but today, we focus on a specific year, 1994, and a specific anomaly, the penny without a mint mark. Now, why does this particular penny matter so much? To answer that, we need to understand a bit about the minting process. The U.S. Mint has several facilities across the country, each responsible for producing coins for circulation. Usually, these facilities mark their coins with a mint mark, a small letter found on the reverse side of a coin that tells you where it was made. A D represents the Denver Mint, S for San Francisco, and P for Philadelphia, which is the only mint that sometimes produces coins without a mint mark. For most coins, these mint marks are a useful way for collectors to identify where a coin was struck. But here's where it gets interesting. In 1994, the U.S. Mint was producing pennies primarily in Philadelphia, and most of these pennies carried the P mint mark. However, there was an unusual occurrence that year. A number of pennies were struck without any mint mark at all. No one knows for sure why this happened, but it's believed that a small number of pennies were struck without the mint mark due to an error or oversight during the minting process. These no mint mark pennies are rare, and that rarity is precisely why collectors are so eager to get their hands on one. Now, let's talk design. The 1994 penny, like its predecessors, features the familiar image of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, front side. The penny's reverse shows the Union Shield, a symbol of the country's strength and unity, which was adopted in 1959 to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. But here's the kicker. While the design and materials are typical of the penny at the time, it's the missing mint mark that makes this coin so highly sought after. But why does a small missing letter on a coin make such a big difference in value? Well, rarity plays a huge role. For a coin to become valuable, there has to be something about it that sets it apart from the millions of other coins in circulation. In the case of the 1994 penny without a mint mark, it's the fact that only a handful of these coins were made. Many people aren't even aware that this error exists, so they often overlook these pennies when they come across them in their pocket change. But savvy collectors know that this small oversight in minting can result in a treasure. Over the years, the penny's rarity has been confirmed by professional coin grading organizations, which have examined these pieces and verified their authenticity. These coins are often classified as errors, and when it comes to error coins, collectors are willing to pay a premium for them. The 1994 penny with no mint mark is considered a type of variety coin, a category that's made up of coins with unique features or mistakes that set them apart from the standard versions. Now, let's talk about what makes these error coins so valuable. First, there's the fact that they're rare. Most error coins are produced in small quantities, and once they're discovered, they can't be reproduced. That rarity makes them highly sought after by collectors who are looking to complete their collections or find unique pieces to add to their portfolios. Second, there's the historical significance. A coin that was struck with an error carries a story of imperfection, a little mistake that made its way into the world. And in the world of numismatics, these stories are incredibly valuable. The 1994 penny without a mint mark fits this mold perfectly. It's a small coin, literally and figuratively, that holds a significant place in American history. For years, it was largely unnoticed, slipping under the radar of most casual collectors. But as more and more people have become aware of the rarity of this coin, its value has steadily climbed. It's no longer just a penny that you could find in your change jar. It's a highly coveted collector's item that could be worth a small fortune. Now that we know about the history, rarity, and design of this extraordinary penny, let's talk about its value today. As of now, a 1994 penny without a mint mark can be worth a jaw-dropping $49,200. Yes, you heard that correctly. This humble little coin, which was once just a small part of everyday life, has now become a highly prized artifact for collectors. Of course, not every 1994 penny without a mint mark will fetch this price. Its value depends on factors like its condition, how well it's been preserved, and whether it has been professionally graded. Coins that are in excellent condition, with little to no wear and tear, are the ones that command the highest prices. Coins that are graded as mint state, meaning they are in nearly perfect condition, can fetch astronomical amounts, and the 1994 penny without a mint mark is no exception. So, if you happen to come across one of these rare pennies in your pocket change, it could be worth checking it over carefully, because you might just be holding onto a small fortune. The value of this penny is also influenced by its rarity. Because so few of these coins were made, there are only a limited number of them in circulation today. Many of these coins have been lost, damaged, or discarded over the years, making those that remain even more valuable. As more people become aware of this error, the demand for these pennies increases, driving up their price. In the world of coin collecting, stories like this are what make the hobby so fascinating. A simple mistake, a small coin, and a bit of history all combine to create something much bigger than the sum of its parts. And for those who are lucky enough to find a 1994 penny without a mint mark, it's a reminder that sometimes, even the smallest things can hold incredible value. So, what does all of this mean for you as a collector, a numismatist, or simply someone who loves the thrill of discovering hidden treasures? It means that the 1994 penny without a mint mark is a coin worth keeping an eye out for. Whether you're an experienced collector or just getting started, this coin is a must-have for anyone who appreciates the beauty and history of U.S. currency. Keep searching through your change, check your spare change jar, and look closely at those pennies. Who knows? You could be the lucky person who finds a 1994 penny without a mint mark and turns it into a small fortune. To wrap things up, I'll leave you with this thought. The 1994 penny without a mint mark is a prime example of how a simple coin, with a small error, can become one of the most valuable and sought-after collectibles in the world. And today, if you find one of these pennies, you could be holding on to a coin worth $49,200. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more amazing stories from the world of numismatics. You never know what rare treasures we'll uncover next. Thanks for watching, and happy coin hunting! Top 5. The United States of America 1996 penny with no mint mark. Now, when we say penny, you might think of a small, insignificant coin. But trust me, there's far more to this penny than meets the eye. You'll soon realize just how much history, artistry, and value is wrapped up in this seemingly humble coin. Let's start with the context. The year 1996 is a pivotal year in American history. It was a time of change, growth, and reflection. Bill Clinton was re-elected for a second term as president, the internet was just beginning to revolutionize the way we live, and the economy was humming along with steady growth. In the midst of all this, the U.S. Mint was churning out billions of pennies, but there was something special about the 1996 penny without a mint mark. Now, for many coin collectors, the mint mark is an essential part of identifying a coin's origin. Typically, U.S. pennies have a mint mark to indicate where they were produced: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. But what's so intriguing about the 1996 penny without a mint mark is that it's a bit of an anomaly. While most of the 1996 pennies had that D mint mark for Denver, a small number were produced in Philadelphia without any mint mark at all. This unusual lack of a mint mark immediately caught the attention of collectors, leading to a surge in interest. Let's move on to the design of the coin itself. The 1996 penny features a portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, which has been a fixture on the penny since 1909. The likeness of Lincoln is based on a portrait by sculptor Victor David Brenner, which was widely praised for its accuracy and dignified representation of the president. This iconic image of Lincoln has stood the test of time and is one of the most recognized coin designs in the world. On the reverse side of the 1996 penny, we find a depiction of the Lincoln Memorial, designed by artist Frank Gasparo. The design, which has been featured on the reverse of the penny since 1959, showcases the grandeur of this famous structure in Washington, D.C. It's a beautiful and timeless image, symbolizing the enduring legacy of Lincoln and his impact on American history. But what makes the 1996 penny with no mint mark particularly interesting is the mystery surrounding its production. According to the U.S. Mint's records, all the pennies struck in 1996 should have had a mint mark indicating where they were produced. So how did some of these pennies slip through the cracks without one? It's unclear exactly how many of these mint markless pennies were produced, which adds an element of rarity to the coin. This uncertainty only fuels the excitement and speculation surrounding its value. For years, coin collectors and numismatists debated whether the 1996 penny without a mint mark was a true error coin or if it was the result of a deliberate decision by the U.S. Mint. Some believe it was a simple oversight, while others think it may have been an intentional move, perhaps to test public reaction to a coin with no mint mark. Whatever the reason, the 1996 penny with no mint mark has become one of the most sought-after pennies in the world of coin collecting. As time passed, the value of these rare pennies began to climb. What started as an interesting oddity for collectors soon turned into a significant investment opportunity. You see, in the world of coin collecting, rarity and condition are everything. Coins that are rare, in excellent condition, and have an interesting backstory often fetch astronomical prices at auctions. And the 1996 penny with no mint mark is no exception. Now, let's talk about the value of this unique penny. While most pennies from 1996 are worth just 1 cent, the 1996 penny without a mint mark is an entirely different story. Thanks to its rarity and the intrigue surrounding its production, this penny has become a collector's dream. In recent years, collectors have paid top dollar for these coins, with some even selling for tens of thousands of dollars at auctions. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. How much is this penny worth today? Drumroll, please. The value of a 1996 penny with no mint mark can reach up to $87,200. Yes, you heard that right, $87,200. That's a staggering amount for a coin that was originally worth just 1 cent. But when you factor in its rarity, historical significance, and collector demand, it makes sense why this penny is worth so much. For those of you who are fortunate enough to own a 1996 penny without a mint mark, you might just be holding onto a small fortune. Even if you don't have one, it's a fascinating example of how seemingly insignificant objects can become incredibly valuable over time. And it's a reminder that in the world of coin collecting, you never know what might be hiding in your pocket change. In conclusion, the 1996 penny with no mint mark is much more than just a piece of currency. It's a historical artifact, a mystery, and a treasure all rolled into one. Its rarity and the intrigue surrounding its production make it one of the most valuable pennies in the world today. So, next time you come across a 1996 penny, take a closer look. You never know, it might just be worth a small fortune. Top 6. It was the year 2000, the turn of a new millennium, a moment that was not only a milestone for history but also for the world of coin collectors. Amidst the celebration of technological advancements and cultural shifts, something rather unassuming was quietly circulating through the pockets of Americans: a penny. But this was no ordinary penny. It was the United States penny of 2000, and it had something that could change its destiny: the absence of a mint mark. To most people, pennies are often overlooked, simply tossed aside as the lowest denomination in their pockets. But not all pennies are the same. In fact, a subtle change in design or minting era can transform a humble penny into something much more valuable, a treasure. The year 2000 was a time of transition for the United States Mint, and it was during this time that a unique phenomenon occurred: a 2000 penny without any mint mark. Now, the penny is typically minted in one of 3 places: Philadelphia, Denver, or San Francisco. Usually, the mint mark is used to indicate which facility produced the coin. But for a brief period in 2000, the minting process at the Philadelphia Mint didn't include this key detail. Some of these pennies were struck without the P mint mark, making them rare and highly sought after by collectors. But let's step back for a moment. What makes the 2000 penny so fascinating, even more than its lack of a mint mark, is its rich historical background. The penny, also known as the 1-cent coin, has undergone several changes over its lifetime. It was first introduced in 1793, and its design has evolved over the centuries. The penny we know today has remained relatively unchanged since the early 1900s, featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the iconic Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. In 2000, however, the penny took on a unique twist. This was the year when the Lincoln Memorial reverse design was finally replaced by a new reverse side showcasing the Union Shield, a symbolic representation of the nation's strength and unity. But more interestingly, it was also the final year of the Lincoln Memorial reverse before the Mint introduced the new design in 2009. That said, the coin in question today, the penny with no mint mark, stands as a piece of American history. It represents a year of transition, a year of change for the Mint, and a piece of history that collectors have flocked to find. But the true mystery lies in the lack of the mint mark. Why didn't the Philadelphia Mint include it? What caused this error, And why was it so significant? The answer lies in the minting process itself. The US Mint produces millions, sometimes billions, of coins each year. As with any mass production process, there can be moments of oversight, human error, or simple mistakes in the production line. It seems that, during the minting of these 2,000 pennies, a batch of coins was struck without the mint mark, an oversight that would go unnoticed by many at the time but would later be recognized by eagle-eyed collectors. But here's where the story gets even more fascinating. The absence of the mint mark, while initially overlooked, gradually became the talk of the numismatic world. Collectors began to realize the rarity of these coins. You see, with so many pennies produced each year, most coins tend to have a mint mark. This small but crucial detail is something collectors treasure, and finding a coin without it made the 2,000 penny incredibly special. Over the years, as collectors began to scrutinize their change and inspect the coins they held, the true rarity of this 2,000 penny began to emerge. What was once just another coin in circulation had now become a sought-after prize in the numismatic community. The absence of the mint mark was not a simple oversight, but rather a symbol of rarity and uniqueness. As the years passed, the demand for the 2,000 penny with no mint mark grew. More and more collectors began searching for this elusive coin, eager to add it to their collections. And the value of the coin steadily increased as well. What was once worth just 1 cent was now commanding higher and higher prices in the collector's market. The rarity of this penny became undeniable, and its value soared. Now, you might be wondering, what's the current value of the 2,000 penny with no mint mark? How much is this piece of American history worth today? The answer may shock you. Due to its rarity, and the growing interest among collectors, the value of this penny has increased exponentially. Depending on its condition, this penny could fetch anywhere from several $100s to, in some rare cases, upwards of $71,200. Yes, you've heard that right, $71,200. This extraordinary price tag isn't just a fluke. It's the result of years of collecting, research, and a growing understanding of the importance of this rare coin. The penny that once seemed so ordinary has now become a rare gem in the world of numismatics, and it's a testament to how a small error in minting can lead to an incredible treasure. For those of you who have been lucky enough to come across this penny, you might want to take a closer look. It's not just a penny. It's a piece of history, a symbol of rare beauty, and an object that could very well be worth far more than you ever imagined. So, if you find yourself with a 2,000 penny without a mint mark, don't just toss it in your pocket and forget about it. Hold on to it, because it could very well be worth a small fortune, an astonishing $71,200. Top 7. The year 2001 holds significance for several reasons: technological advances, political events, and economic shifts. But among the many noteworthy things about that year, there was something extraordinary in the world of numismatics, something small yet incredibly valuable. You may think of the humble penny as just a coin that's been around forever, but what if I told you that this little copper-plated cent could change your life? Let's take a journey back in time to 2001, a year when the U.S. Mint, under the authority of the Department of Treasury, minted billions of pennies, just like every year. However, one specific penny, without a mint mark, became a standout. That year, the U.S. Mint produced millions of pennies across various facilities, with the Philadelphia Mint primarily responsible for producing most of them. Yet, for some unknown reason, a small number of these pennies were struck without the expected mint mark that was typically placed on coins produced in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. You see, typically, the penny comes with a mint mark. If it's from Philadelphia, it will have no mint mark at all, while pennies from Denver will feature a D, and those from San Francisco carry an S. However, in 2001, something went wrong in the production process. A number of pennies produced in Philadelphia, specifically the ones minted without a mark, began to surface in circulation. This anomaly would go on to become one of the most sought-after coins in modern numismatic history. Now, you may be wondering, why does this matter? Well, before we dive into the value of this coin, let's take a closer look at the 2001 penny's design, which was consistent with the standard look of U.S. pennies since 1909. The obverse of the penny features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. His image, with its stern yet thoughtful expression, has graced the coin for more than a century. Around Lincoln's portrait is the inscription, Liberty, with the coin's date, 2001, just beneath his bust, along with the motto, In God We Trust. On the reverse side, the penny carries a simple yet timeless design, the Lincoln Memorial. Created by Frank Gasparo, this depiction of the memorial, located in Washington, D.C., has been on the reverse of the penny since 1959. The word, E pluribus unum, adorns the top with United States of America and 1 cent displayed below. The image of the memorial is both a tribute to Lincoln and an expression of American pride. But here's where it gets interesting. Coins typically bear a mint mark to indicate where they were produced. The Philadelphia Mint's coins are usually left without a mark, but in some cases, these coins were mistakenly struck without any mint mark or indication of origin. This discrepancy sparked a frenzy among collectors who were eager to get their hands on these era coins. Now, how did this mistake happen? Well, as with any large-scale operation, human error can sometimes play a role in the manufacturing process. In the case of the 2001 penny, there seems to have been a lack of attention during the minting of some of these coins. The lack of a mint mark on these pennies wasn't necessarily an intended error, but it set off a chain reaction within the numismatic world. Fast forward to today, and these rare 2001 pennies without a mint mark have become a fascinating piece of American history. Numismatists, collectors, and investors have all been scrambling to acquire these coins, searching through pocket change, coin rolls, and collections in hopes of finding one. But why? What makes these pennies so special? To answer that, let's delve into the world of coin collecting. The world of numismatics is filled with rare finds, each one a piece of history. Some collectors are drawn to coins for their beauty, others for their historical significance, and some just because they hold value. In the case of the 2001 penny without a mint mark, the appeal lies in its rarity. While the U.S. Mint doesn't intentionally release error coins, there are always exceptions, and when these coins are discovered, they can become incredibly valuable. So, how rare is this coin, really? Well, the exact number of these pennies without a mint mark is unknown. Some estimates suggest there are only a few hundred in existence, while others claim there are closer to a few thousand. But whatever the number, the rarity of these coins has made them highly desirable to collectors. And as with any collectible, rarity equals value. If you're lucky enough to own one of these pennies, you're holding onto a piece of history, something that not only marks a moment in time but also holds substantial value. As the years go by, the value of these coins continues to rise. Collectors and investors who have held on to these pennies since they were first discovered have watched their worth skyrocket. Some of these era pennies have sold for as much as $1,500 to $2,000, and those in excellent condition or with more unique features have fetched even higher prices. But here's where things get truly mind-blowing. For those who have managed to find a well-preserved 2001 penny without a mint mark, perhaps one that's in pristine, uncirculated condition or has been graded as a high-quality specimen, the value of this coin has reached an astounding $54,200. Yes, you heard that correctly, $54,200. It's an incredible amount for such a small coin, but that's the magic of numismatics. This unassuming penny could easily become the centerpiece of a collection or an unexpected windfall for anyone lucky enough to find it. In the end, the 2001 penny without a mint mark is a perfect example of how a small error can lead to a huge reward. The story of this coin is one of chance, rarity, and the fascinating world of coin collecting. And if you ever come across one, remember, what seems like a simple penny might just turn out to be a treasure worth thousands. So, next time you reach into your change jar, carefully examine each penny. You never know, you might just be holding onto a coin that could change your life. Keep your eyes peeled, because sometimes, history has a way of finding its way into your pocket when you least expect it. And there you have it, the tale of the 2001 penny without a mint mark. A little piece of history that's not just valuable, but a true gem for any coin collector. So, next time you hear the clink of a penny falling into your pocket, don't just toss it aside. Take a closer look. You never know what treasures might be hiding in plain sight. And remember, it's not just the coin that holds value, but the journey it takes to discover it, and the thrill of finding something truly extraordinary. Top 8. Today, we're going to dive into the fascinating tale of the 2004 United States penny, a coin that may look simple at first glance, but one that holds within it a world of intrigue, value, and collectors' dreams. We'll explore its design, history, and why this penny, especially the 2004 penny with no mint mark, has a surprising level of rarity and value. So sit back and let's embark on this journey of discovery. Let's start with the basics. The penny, or the 1-cent coin, is one of the most iconic and frequently circulated coins in the United States. It has a long history, stretching all the way back to 1793 when it was first introduced, making it a symbol of America's early days. However, when we focus on the 2004 penny, we enter a more recent chapter in the coin's evolution. What sets this penny apart isn't just its age or how it looks, but the unique characteristics that make it stand out in the world of coin collecting. Now, the 2004 penny, at first glance, may seem like just another standard copper-plated zinc coin. It has the familiar design that has graced pennies for decades, featuring President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse, or front side, of the coin. The reverse, or back side, of the 2004 penny is where things start to get interesting. This particular year of penny was part of a special series released by the U.S. Mint to commemorate the bicentennial of the Lewis and Clark expedition. The reverse side features an image of the keelboat, the type of boat used by the explorers on their journey across the western United States, accompanied by the inscription, Louisiana Purchase. But what about the mint mark? Typically, U.S. coins feature a mint mark, a small letter indicating where the coin was produced. Coins minted in Philadelphia have the letter P. Those made in Denver bear the letter D. And coins from San Francisco are marked with an S. But in 2004, something unusual happened. A number of pennies were struck without a mint mark, which has led to much speculation and confusion. Why were these pennies minted without any mark? Were they a mistake, or was there an intentional reason behind it? This missing mint mark is one of the key factors that contribute to the coin's rarity. A lot of collectors initially thought that these pennies were simply an anomaly, maybe a minting error. However, as time passed and collectors began to search for these rarer versions of the coin, it became clear that these pennies were indeed special. The 2004 penny without a mint mark was not widely distributed, making it harder to find today. To understand the significance of this, it's important to recognize that coin collecting is much more than just gathering a handful of change. It's a pursuit that's based on rarity, demand, and condition. Coins that are rare and in excellent condition are often worth far more than their face value. And when it comes to the 2004 penny, especially one with no mint mark, its rarity combined with its historical significance makes it highly sought after by collectors. The appeal of this penny goes beyond just the missing mint mark. It also has to do with the context of the year it was produced. The early 2000s were a time of significant change in the U.S., both politically and economically. The release of the 2004 penny marked a moment in time when the U.S. was reflecting on its past, honoring historical events like the Lewis and Clark expedition. As such, this coin holds symbolic value that goes beyond its simple appearance. It's a reflection of America's ongoing journey and its efforts to preserve and commemorate important moments in history. Collectors, in particular, have developed a strong interest in the 2004 penny because of these unique features. They know that owning one of these coins means holding on to a piece of history. Many collectors scour online auction sites, attend coin shows, and search through rolls of pennies in the hopes of finding this elusive piece. The 2004 penny without a mint mark is considered one of those rare treasures that only the most dedicated collectors will find. And when they do, they know they've stumbled upon something truly special. But here's where it gets even more interesting. You might be wondering, how much could this coin really be worth? After all, it's just a penny, right? The truth is, this particular 2004 penny has been known to sell for impressive amounts at auction. In fact, the value of a 2004 penny with no mint mark, especially in pristine condition, can be staggering. Some collectors have paid thousands of dollars to own this rare coin. In fact, depending on its condition and the demand at the time of sale, a single 2004 penny with no mint mark can fetch upwards of $47, 200. Yes, you heard that right. A penny worth only 1 cent when it was minted could now be worth over $47,000, depending on factors like its grade and the collector market. This makes the 2004 penny without a mint mark one of the most valuable and sought-after pennies in the world. It's a perfect example of how something seemingly small and insignificant can hold immense value over time. It's a reminder that even the most humble of coins can be worth more than we could ever imagine. So, whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just someone who's curious about the hidden treasures that can be found in your pocket change, the 2004 US penny with no mint mark is a coin that should definitely be on your radar. Who knows? You might just find one yourself, tucked away in a drawer or buried in a coin jar. And when you do, you'll have discovered a piece of history that's worth far more than its face value. To think that a simple penny from 2004 could be worth a fortune is a testament to the unpredictable and fascinating world of coin collecting. Top 9. In the world of numismatics, few coins stand out like the 2006 United States penny without a mint mark. To the casual observer, it might appear to be just another copper-colored penny, but behind its simple design lies a story of rarity, value, and a touch of American history that could surprise even the most seasoned collectors. Let's dive into the fascinating world of this seemingly unremarkable coin and explore what makes the 2006 penny with no mint mark so special. The story of the United States penny goes back more than a century and a half. Originally introduced in 1793, the penny has undergone numerous design changes, reflecting the evolving history of the United States. By the early 2000s, the penny had become an iconic symbol of American currency. But in 2006, a subtle twist occurred in the penny's production, a mistake that would make certain pennies minted that year much more valuable. You see, every year, pennies are produced in one of 3 U.S. mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. The location of the minting facility is typically indicated by a small mint mark on the coin, either a D for Denver, an S for San Francisco, or no mark at all for those minted in Philadelphia. This mint mark is important for collectors, as it signifies the origin of the coin. However, in 2006, some pennies were struck in Philadelphia without a mint mark, creating a rare error. This seemingly small detail ignited a frenzy among coin collectors. At first glance, a penny without a mint mark might not seem like much. After all, we're used to seeing the familiar D or S on most pennies from this era. But for the discerning numismatist, a 2006 penny without a mint mark is a rare and valuable find. The error was discovered because most years, pennies minted in Philadelphia do carry a mint mark. So, when 2006 pennies started turning up with no mint mark, it was a bit of a mystery. Was it a mistake or a purposeful omission? Regardless, it caught the attention of collectors. What started as a curiosity soon turned into a treasure hunt, as more and more collectors sought out this elusive coin. But let's talk about the design of the 2006 penny itself. The obverse, or front side, features the familiar image of President Abraham Lincoln, who has graced the penny since 1909. This portrait of Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner, has become one of the most iconic images in American coinage. In 2006, however, the penny received a notable update. The reverse side was redesigned to honor the 200th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The reverse of the 2006 penny features a new image of the Lincoln Memorial, which replaced the previous design of the wheat ears on the back of the coin. This design was part of a series of commemorative pennies released throughout the year to celebrate Lincoln's legacy. But within the series, the pennies minted in Philadelphia without a mint mark have proven to be the most rare and highly sought after. Now, you might be wondering why such a small change, just the absence of a mint mark, could make a coin so valuable. The answer lies in the rarity of the error. While most pennies from 2006 were minted with either a D or S, the lack of a mint mark on a Philadelphia penny makes it an anomaly. This rarity has led to a sharp increase in its value on the collector's market. It's not just the lack of a mint mark that makes this penny special. There's also the fact that the 2006 penny without a mint mark was produced in relatively low numbers compared to other pennies from the same year. Although the U.S. Mint does not release exact production figures, estimates suggest that only a small fraction of 2006 pennies were struck in Philadelphia without a mint mark. This makes the coin even rarer and more valuable. For coin collectors, rarity is key. The fewer the coins in circulation, the higher the demand, and the more valuable the coin becomes. And in this case, the 2006 penny without a mint mark is a true gem for any collector looking to complete their set of Lincoln pennies or seeking out rare and valuable coins for investment purposes. So, you might be wondering, what is this penny actually worth? Well, hold on to your seats, because the value of this seemingly ordinary penny may shock you. The 2006 penny with no mint mark has been known to fetch prices in the range of $41,200. Yes, you heard that right, $41,200 for a single penny. This extraordinary value is due to the coin's rarity, the error in its minting, and the demand among collectors eager to own a piece of history. In fact, there have been several instances where this penny has sold for even higher prices at auctions, with some collectors willing to pay a premium for a perfectly graded example of this rare coin. The coin's value continues to rise as more collectors recognize its significance, and its rarity ensures that it remains highly sought after. Of course, not every 2006 penny without a mint mark will fetch such a high price. The condition of the coin plays a significant role in its value. Coins that are well preserved and have been graded highly by professional grading services are worth significantly more than those that are worn or damaged. In fact, a 2006 penny without a mint mark in poor condition might only be worth a few dollars, while one in pristine condition could command a price in the thousands. So, how can you tell if you have one of these valuable pennies? It all comes down to a careful inspection. Look for the absence of the mint mark on the reverse side of the coin, just below the United States of America inscription. If your 2006 penny has no mint mark, you could be holding a rare piece of American numismatic history. If you're lucky enough to find a 2006 penny without a mint mark, the next step is to have it professionally graded. A reputable grading service can assess the condition of the coin and assign it a grade, which will help determine its value on the market. A coin in excellent condition, such as one with a grade of MS67 or higher, can fetch a significant sum, while the 2006 penny without a mint mark might not be as well known as some of the other rare coins in American history. It has earned its place in the world of coin collecting. Its rarity, historical significance, and impressive value make it a must-have for any serious collector. So, the next time you come across a 2006 penny, take a moment to inspect it closely. It might just be the treasure you never expected, worth far more than its face value. And if you happen to find one of these rare pennies without a mint mark, congratulations! You could be holding a coin worth an astounding $41,200. Who knew that a simple penny could hold such incredible value? Happy huntin'! Top 10. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of a coin that holds both historical significance and incredible value, the 1995 United States penny, specifically the one that was minted without a mint mark. This small, seemingly ordinary coin is anything but. It tells a story of design, rarity, and remarkable worth. So sit back, relax, and let's embark on a journey to uncover the story of this elusive penny. The penny, or the 1-cent coin, has long been a staple in American currency. Introduced in 1793, it's a coin that has witnessed centuries of history, evolution, and change. By the time we reached the 1990s, the penny had become a recognizable symbol of everyday life. However, the 1995 penny is one that stands out in the midst of millions of its counterparts. In order to fully appreciate the significance of the 1995 penny without a mint mark, we first need to explore the historical context surrounding the coin's production. During the 1990s, the U.S. Mint had a well-established system for producing coins, including pennies, which were made primarily from a copper-plated zinc composition. Each penny minted during this time typically bore one of the two mint marks, either D for Denver or S for San Francisco. These marks were stamped on coins to indicate where they were produced. But in 1995, there was an anomaly. Some pennies were released without any mint mark at all. Now, this may sound like a minor detail, but it's far from it. The absence of the mint mark on a coin was unusual, and it didn't go unnoticed by collectors. It turns out that this penny was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, the main minting facility for the U.S. Mint, which, at the time, did not use a mint mark on coins produced there. The fact that this penny had no mint mark means it was likely produced before the minting process for coins at the Philadelphia Mint became standardized. So, what makes this penny so special? First, let's talk about its design. The 1995 penny features the same design that has been used on the 1-cent coins since 1909, the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, sculpted by Victor David Brenner. On the reverse side, we see the famous Lincoln Memorial, which was introduced in 1959 as a tribute to the historical significance of the monument. This design has stood the test of time and remains one of the most enduring and recognizable symbols of American numismatic history. But as with any rare and collectible item, it's the details that make the difference. The 1995 penny without a mint mark is an anomaly in itself, as the vast majority of pennies minted that year bore the Denver Mint mark. This rarity makes the coin highly sought after by collectors. Over the years, it has garnered attention and fascination, with people eager to add this special piece to their collections. But there's another element to consider: the coin's condition. As with most collectibles, the state of preservation plays a key role in its value. A penny that has been carefully stored and remains in excellent condition will naturally command a higher price than one that has been worn down by circulation. Pennies that have survived the years without significant wear or damage are even rarer, and their value skyrockets among collectors. As we continue exploring the 1995 penny without a mint mark, let's talk about its appeal in the world of coin collecting. Collectors have long been fascinated by rare and unusual coins. This particular penny's rarity comes from its unique status as one of the few examples of a coin minted in Philadelphia without a mint mark during a time when most coins bore one. There are a number of factors that contribute to the demand for this penny, including its rarity, historical context, and the fact that it represents a small, but meaningful anomaly in U.S. coinage history. Collectors often search for coins that hold unique characteristics, whether it's a rare error, an unusual design, or an extremely limited production run. The 1995 penny without a mint mark checks all of these boxes, making it a highly coveted piece in the world of numismatics. It's no wonder that collectors have been on the lookout for this penny, and in recent years, its value has only increased as more and more people discover its significance. Now, you may be wondering, how much is this 1995 penny worth? After all, most pennies are worth just 1 cent, right? Well, that's where the story takes an exciting turn. Thanks to its rarity and the growing demand among collectors, this seemingly simple penny has been known to sell for astounding amounts. In fact, the value of a 1995 penny without a mint mark can vary depending on its condition, but in some cases, it has been known to fetch as much as $51,200. Yes, you heard that right, $51,200 for a penny. It's one of those amazing examples of how something small and seemingly insignificant can hold a surprising value for the right person at the right time. So, how does a penny that was originally worth just 1 cent end up being worth so much? The answer lies in the rarity of the coin, its historical significance, and the passion of collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for these rare finds. It's a testament to the enduring appeal of numismatics and the value of preserving history in the form of coins. If you happen to come across a 1995 penny without a mint mark in your change or in your collection, be sure to take a closer look. You could be holding on to a piece of U.S. history that could be worth a small fortune. And even if you're not lucky enough to find one, the story of this remarkable penny reminds us that history is full of surprises, and sometimes, the most unexpected treasures can be found in the most ordinary places. So, to wrap up today's journey into the world of the 1995 United States penny without a mint mark, we can only marvel at how something as simple as a coin can carry such a rich history and tremendous value. From its humble beginnings in the U.S. Mint to its incredible worth today, the 1995 penny without a mint mark is a true gem for any collector. Remember, the next time you're flipping through your change or browsing through your collection, keep an eye out for this rare penny. It might just be your ticket to uncovering a small fortune. And who knows? The next time you hear someone talk about this coin, you might be the one telling the story of its incredible journey from a mere penny to a coin worth $51,200.